Welcome to Between State Lines.
Welcome back to Between State Lines, episode 78. Um, and we have made it to 2026. We survived. We're alive. We're thriving. Hopefully, maybe, possibly. No, we're not thriving. Okay,
We're
we're not
trying.
dead. So that's what we're
We
we're living the dash,
yeah, we're living the
like the old
dash.
man told me.
Yeah, we're living the dash.
um, so how was your New Year's stuff? What did you get into? Any trouble? Go to bed at like 5?
Yeah, no, I went to bed at like really. It wasn't super early. Like we had a New York New Year, so we did the ball drop at 9. And but like one of our dogs chewed on her butt and started bleeding profusely. And so then
Jesus.
it was like, well, that's a lot of blood. What do we do about this? And then it was like, okay, we got to take her in. And then that turned into emergency surgery. And so then we were kind of
Crap.
just like on and off up all night waiting to pick her up from her emergency surgery. And she's acting fine now, but apparently she had a mass on her butt. And so she like chewed that and then it was like bleeding profusely. So there's like a biopsy and we'll have to figure out what that means. But animals,
Holy.
man, they keep you on your toes. And then the kids were like highly emotional. So their dad was leaving and they were like, I wish he could stay the night. Like, I miss him so much. And like, my son was bawling. And it's like, okay, like, how do we get through having such a good day and all these like really great emotions and then like that feeling at the end? Like John Mayer stopped this train. Like,
That's so hard. That is so hard. And like especially with the whole dog, like holy shit. That's
yeah. It,
insane.
it was quite the surprise because at first it was just like, oh, she chewed her butt and she's like kind of bleeding. And it was like, oh, wait, that's a lot of blood. And then it's like, okay, we got to do something. We got to take her in. Like, this sucks. Because I think at that point it was like 8:30, 8:45. So it was like right before the ball drop where it was like, okay, gonna make this call. And they made it home like
Jeez.
probably around the time that the kids finally went to bed and like their dad left. And yeah, I my uncle was like, I have to work in the morning, can you take your aunt because she can't see in the dark to go pick up the dog Ruby Lou? And I was like, yeah, for sure. So I just didn't sleep good that night, just waiting.
Man, you that's quite the eventful New Year's. Holy crap, the dog, then your kids' emotions going left, right, and center.
Yeah, we've just been really high energy over here. But I've been home a lot, so I don't mind it. I've just been soaking it up actually.
That's
I
the
don't
way
want
to
to go
do
do
it.
anything.
No late night Denny's runs.
No, no. Like I had a friend who was like, "Hey, do you want to go out tonight?" And I was like, "I don't think outside and me get along right now. I'm just gonna keep it cool, stay in."
Yep. And now we have literally after New Year's, there's nothing until when's the fucking next holiday? I guess
Martin
Easter.
Luther King Day.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, probably like big holiday, like you know, I feel like you don't really look forward to Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Great man,
Are
don't
you
get me
kidding?
wrong. I guess if you get off work, but
Yeah, I look forward to every day I get off work.
I saw a Washington Post Instagram uh from this morning where they were like this thing comes out every single year. It's not just them. It's been like recycled every year. Um where it's like the days you take off to like capitalize the holiday time off plus weekends, and it was like, oh, if you take off 2 days, Thanksgiving, like Monday, Tuesday, then you get like the rest of the week off, paid as a holiday. then you get 5 days off plus the weekend, so you get like 10 days off total, whatever.
Mhm.
Stupid shit. It's not really like, you're getting the time off. It's already given to you. But anyways, besides the point. But they
I look
had like this
forward to these
thing.
moments. I've already have it pre-planned out for November of next year. Like 2 weeks ago.
But so they post this screenshot of like the schedule, and in total it was like assuming the person that's taking the PTO days has like 29 PTO days from their company, which is not common. Like
Mhm.
nowadays, usually it's like 2 weeks and then that's it. But so someone commented a picture of Lucille from Arrested Development saying, "It's a banana, Michael. How much could it possibly cost? $10." I'm like, that is accurate. Great use of the meme.
Yeah, that was pretty
Yeah.
good.
Every year, someone posts that schedule, and I don't know. I hate taking time off around holidays because it feels like it's a waste. Because you don't really do anything. It's really not
No,
busy during that time of the year, so it's like you're kind of on PTO. You're just muddling through the days until you're actually off. So I don't
I'm
know.
maximizing my time where I can. Like we have this thing that if we have like a holiday Christmas party in December and they'll give out money and PTO days. And one of my coworkers won the PTO day. I won the PTO day with like my first month of being there. That was awesome. But he won it and I was like, is AA on? And I was like, dude, isn't that awesome? Like I love getting a PTO day because they're like, hey, you got to use this in the next like 2 weeks. Good luck. And so I think I like stacked it. So last year I took my dad's birthday off. I don't talk to my dad, but I was like, happy birthday, Dad. I'm getting the day off. Um, and then I was like planning out Aaron's days off because they gave us Christmas Eve this year. And so then I was like, okay, so since Christmas Eve isn't a half day, you're going to do a half day this day because you were already planning on doing that. And now it's on them. And then guess what? You're also taking New Year's Eve off because that's also a half day. And I was like, isn't it awesome? You have to use it in these 2 weeks. I loved it. Maximize that PTO, guys. Maximize that PTO. Like, I think that's why I have this job. And I know that don't ask me about it the next like 3 weeks. I'm working on 1099s and I'm not going to like my life as much the next couple of weeks. But for right now, I like my job. I count on those days off that, because if something comes up and they're like, oh, there's a potential day off, we're probably getting it off. I love it. It's my people.
You end up getting Christmas Eve off, right? Because Trump declared it a national holiday, right?
Yep. And the day
Yeah.
after, which we already had, but yeah. Yeah. I feel like I've locked in, besides the whole not getting the snow thing. That's some BS.
That
There's
is
still time
bullshit.
though.
I used to work at probably 5 years ago at this place where they would celebrate you having like perfect attendance. So if you worked for essentially like 3 weeks or 30 days straight without taking time off, like sick time, you would spin a wheel and get like a prize. And it, depending on how long you had been consistently at work, the prizes would like get upgraded. So, it'd be like 1 day PTO, 2 days, 3 days PTO, or like gift cards, whatever. But you had to be at work every single day for at least 4 hours, and you could not call out sick. Even if it was like you called out the previous night, it was still counted against you, and your attendance is gone. Then you had people coming to work sick with things like the norovirus and the
Mm-hmm.
flu, and then I remember I had like a streak going where it was like a month straight, and then I got a fucking stomach bug, and I called out, and my boss was like, "Well, if you came into work and then we sent you home, it wouldn't count against your attendance." I'm like, brother, I have been puking nonstop. Like, just getting to work would take me like an hour. I would like pull over like 5 minutes, throw up. Like, there's no way I'm coming to work and then getting sent home and doing both drives while actively dying in the car. Fuck off.
I'll catch you next month.
I'm
You're
like,
like, brother.
I'm like, brother, this is stupid. Like, this is, and then after that, I was like, I'm not doing this shit anymore. Like, this is incentivizing not taking time off for yourself is dumb as fuck. Like,
Mm-hmm.
fuck all the way off. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Like my new job, or I say not my new job, my current job, I had 8 days PTO left over from last year, and I get 20 days loaded on as of right now. If I have 28 days I got to use this year because I can't go over like, I think 30 is my max I can have currently accrued before it stops
Dang.
accruing. So I gotta like plan trips out and like go places because I got 4 weeks to 5 weeks to spend.
That's amazing. That is amazing. Right now, I use it as I get it. I think I have like 6 hours. I might be above a day now.
Man.
I know, and I already have something planned for like the 14th.
That makes sense why you're looking forward to the 19th being off. So it's like,
Well, that and on the calendar at work, it was cake day. And I always look forward to cake day, but it's also my coworker's birthday, and she makes all the cakes for everybody. I know I've sent you pictures of them because they are always fantastic, like to look at and to eat. But I decided that we should have cake day on Tuesday that week, and then for her birthday, that everybody should make like a little cake and bring it in, and then she can judge them.
that is pretty cool. That'd be so sick.
I like it. I've been
See,
pitching it to everybody. We'll see who follows through.
if they did that kind of stuff at like places I've worked, I would actually not mind going in. Like,
I have too much fun at work. I get in trouble for it. Don't have as
yelled at
much
all the
fun as I
time.
do.
No talking.
Well, okay. Listen, I bring the snacks. I love to feed my people. I bring all sorts of snacks. Like I knew going into the new year, we're going to need to eat healthier. Couldn't get a veggie plate in time. So stocked up on like the protein snacks and like, I don't know, a bunch of random like protein bars and nuts. That's what it feels like it was. But I bring all the snacks and I like to tell people about all of them. And then for Christmas, I send out like little packages to everybody. And then my boss is like, you gotta do some work sometimes. It's like, it's honestly fair. Sorry about that. But then I got all my work done that day and didn't have anything to do the next day. I came in. Literally just sat there.
Guess it's a good problem to have.
Yeah, kind of felt bad. It's like I worked a little too hard in spite. Whoops. Yeah, so how was all of your stuff, the New Year's and whatnot?
It was good. It was good. We went to the in-laws and their um like extended families, in-laws, extended family. Um and last year, every year they have a shrimp cocktail. I think 2 years ago
Mm-hmm.
they didn't have one, which I was really bummed about. But they had one this
Luckily, I
year,
didn't know
and
you then. I heard about it last year.
yeah, like so yeah. So I'm usually the only one that eats it 'cause no one else they get it and no one eats it but me, and which is fine. I love shrimp. But I had competition this year, and I got there, and it was already opened, and there were like 5 shrimp gone. I was like, "Who the fuck is eating my cocktail? Like, back the fuck up." So I had to like take like 30 on my plate. Well, not 30, but like 15 on my.
You
Well,
just pick
probably
up
was
the
30.
rest of it.
Just take the whole tray back to my seat.
Who was it? Who's eating the shrimp?
I had no idea. I didn't like my daughter was too crazy, so I couldn't like watch the tray, but um someone kept taking it and I was like, son of a bitch, I wanna find you and I'm gonna tell you it's poisoned and then you won't want it anymore. Um but I might get one from Costco this weekend and snack on that like Sunday. during football.
Yeah.
So
I actually thought of you and picked up shrimp cocktail for New Year's. We had too much food. It didn't even get opened. Yeah.
oh,
So that's okay. More for me.
yeah. I mean, I feel like my perfect meal, like perfect snacks for New Year's, shrimp cocktail, obviously. I love the tried and true chips and queso. Like I don't care if that's like trashy El Paso queso, but whatever. It's delicious. Um,
Yeah.
Guac,
Chips and dip for sure. Yeah.
chips and dip.
I mean, yeah, we had like the Ruffles and ranch.
Ooh, I do love Ruffles and Ranch. That's great.
Yeah.
Also
That
classic.
like sour cream with the ranch. We have like the big bottles of the ranch seasoning because we have a chip problem in this household.
I every year I get my physical, my doctor's like, "So how's your diet?" I'm like, "I'm eating healthy, except like I love chips. That's my weakness is chips. Like I can easily sit down and just snack on chips for an extended period of time, but like
We
put an ice
got
cream
a
in front of me, no.
Costco
Oh my god.
Costco thing of Ruffles. And I shit you not, this was like 2 days ago, and my mom was hunting for it tonight, and it is gone. Gone. Yeah. We still have the dip, actually. We don't have the chips.
I'm kind of surprised you aren't snacking on the shrimp cocktail right now. Like I feel like that would be like the go-to
But
package. I mean,
I'm
snack to
so
have.
rich in holiday candy.
See, I do like the peppermint Hershey Kisses. Those are really good.
Not Snickerdoodle?
Snickerdoodles aren't bad, but peppermint Hershey Kiss is banging. You have one, right? Is that what I saw? It's
Yeah.
the red and
Yeah, I have.
silver. Okay,
Well,
yeah.
these are candy cane. There's a difference, but I do have the
Okay, I'm
peppermint
sorry.
truffle as
I'm
well.
sorry. Candy cane.
Yeah.
Peppermint.
And I've got
cane.
some milk chocolate. Yeah, I have the peppermint bells. I have all of the Christmas candy. I have all of it. It's actually I have some for you. Just waiting to be shipped out. We'll see if you get it next year.
Just randomly get a package in like middle of July. Like, oh, what's this? Open it up. It's like Christmas candy.
Yeah, things to look forward to. It's just I saw this and I thought of you.
See, I
Hopefully you
could be
like
snacking on that
watermelon.
right now. I do
Could
like
be.
watermelon. I could be snacking on that right now, but you and your procrastination. It's okay. I forgive
Maybe
you.
next week. Maybe never.
Maybe next week. We'll see.
Maybe never.
Just one of these episodes, you're just snacking on that. I'm like, well, I guess that's where the candy went. What's that?
I was like to show you this.
Suck
It
less.
says, "Thank you."
I can't read it.
It says "suck less." Thank you.
Oh,
I put that up whenever I feel like I'm doing a bad job for work.
suck less. Thank you.
Thank you.
But yes, yeah, New Year's fun stuff. Beef corner this week. Fuck you, Subway. Fuck you, Subway. And fuck you, Subway. This girl, I saw a video on TikTok where this girl was making she started off saying, I love Subway's whatever sandwich she loves. And I almost
That's what
commented,
she lost you.
fuck you, Subway. But she was making it homemade, like from scratch. And I was like, okay, that's acceptable. Delete
That's not
comment
Subway,
saying,
right?
fuck Subway. Yeah.
But she meant she likes Subway sandwiches.
Yeah, she liked it was it's like some chicken sandwich they had. I don't recall which one it was, but it looked good when she made it.
Probably
but
the sweet onion teriyaki.
Also, okay, we talked about this like I think 2 weeks ago. I made some chicken last night and tonight, right, for dinner. And it's chicken thighs, boneless, skinless chicken thighs. And I hunted. I looked all around the raw chicken and the cooked chicken to see these pieces that you hate so much?
Well, I don't think that it's the thighs. I think it's mostly when you're getting like the breasts. Sometimes you get like those hard pieces on the end and like the like what feels like it's like a chewy texture. I don't know.
I, I'm gonna get some chicken breasts and I'm going to cook them, and then I'm going to try and see if I can find out what it is you were referring to. I do understand your hatred of lunch meat, like deli meat.
Yeah,
I
well,
understand
I
that.
don't hate it in all senses. Like a good Italian sandwich is my favorite, and I do like turkey sandwiches. I just feel weird getting it from the store because in my mind, it's only good for a day or two.
What? Okay, what gives you that like what's brought that perception on?
I think it just looks, smells, all of it icky after just a day or two. I don't know. I like maybe it's the ADHD time blindness. Like I just don't know when it even went in the fridge and I don't trust it anymore.
I always write the date on it.
Yeah, I used to do that in my own household. I don't do a lot of that same stuff here. That's okay. I just I make things right when I get it, or I let my uncle make it.
Uh, okay, so I'm gonna get chicken breast, and I'm gonna try to find out what it is that you
Well,
specifically
and I think a
are
lot
talking
of
about.
it is just user error. Like I grew up
Mm-hmm.
in a boil the chicken family, and I've had some trial and error trying to figure out how you make chicken.
Now I feel like I have been thinking about this term boiling chicken for a while now, because
Hmm.
technically when when you make like when I make green Thai curry, for example, I do essentially boil the chicken, not in water. It's in in the spices and
Exactly.
everything. So when you say boiling chicken, you just mean like throwing it in water and boiling it, right? Because my mom's done
Yeah.
it before. Okay,
That's how my mom did that growing up, and I
that's
thought that that was how
disgusting.
you had to do it, and it was very tasteless. And so, yeah, I just
Did I ever tell you how my mom one time I was thawing chicken out, um, I had frozen and it was like doing a natural thaw in the fridge, and she pulled it out and threw it in the microwave, and I was like, okay, well, I'm not eating that. That's disgusting.
hmm
What is wrong with you?
see stuff like that. Like I grew up with a family that did that stuff,
It,
and it just
I
made
think it's
it
just
compromised the taste, and just kind of like made me not trust food as much.
you just need someone to make you some good chicken meals. So I'll make you
Yeah, well, and I've had
some
them
good.
because my kid's dad did that, and it was great. I liked food then. Probably too much, but whatever.
I don't know, I've heard some stories about what he likes to eat and um his questionable choices with food. So I don't know if I would too much trust.
But here, I'm back at it, back at the scene of the crime.
Back at this.
Mm-hmm. I do not trust the food. I'm picking up all the same tendencies from growing up. Yeah.
Yeah, disgusting. So
Mm-hmm.
fuck you, Subway. To sum all of that up, fuck you, Subway. Fuck you, Ice. Just a general fuck you each and every day. Fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
Hope you jump off a bridge because you're all a piece of human garbage. Fuck you, Trump. Although this week I heard Trump apparently takes like 3 times the amount of aspirin that you're supposed to
Did
take, and he has for
I
like
hear that
30
because of you?
years. No,
Okay.
it's it's been all over like TikTok and Instagram. So you probably saw it from somebody
Mm.
else. Um, but I saw a video where there's a doctor talking about that, and someone said, "Well, if his blood is so thin, he's been doing this for 30 years. Like, wouldn't that gunshot have like made him bleed out?" And someone commented, "Aspirin doesn't work on fake blood." I was like, "Got him." I mean, I do think that the assassination was fake. Uh, it's like, how does your ear just recover? That's not how that works. Like,
No, my ear's so fucked up. You can
yeah,
see the little divot. You see
yeah,
that?
it's so fucked up. I see how fucked up it is. It's so fucked
It
up.
had I had an industrial piercing right there, and a Great Dane ripped it out.
Oh, what's an industrial piercing? What's the difference
The
in that and
bar.
the? Oh,
It's just the bar that goes across. Yeah. And he like jumped up and his paws went like that, and it was like hanging on by a thread. And I was too
oof.
scared, like shaking too much to take it out. And I asked my friend Floyd, and he had like the biggest fingers of anyone I know. And he's like sitting there trying to get these teeny tiny ball things off my ear without ripping my ear in half.
Jesus Christ. Um. So what? Let me ask you a question. What is the one piercing you'll never get? Because for me, it's like people have like knuckle piercings or like what, like what are
The
they? Yeah,
the dermals.
yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah, yeah. I would never get that. I
Yeah.
mean, other
Well,
ones too, but
those are temporary piercings. Like they don't tend to last because your skin eventually rejects them. So it's like you are only signing up for them for a certain amount of years. But that also sounds terrible. I don't want to have my skin reject anything.
mm-mm.
No, I don't think I really want any other piercings. I think I'm happy with what I have.
I can't. People have their tongue pierced. If you no, okay, yeah. See, you just have your ears pierced, I assume,
Mm,
or your eyebrow. No
no.
eyebrows.
Mm-mm. Just
My brother
my
had.
ears. I got
My brother had.
two up here, two down here. The bar across, two down here.
My brother had an eyebrow piercing when he was younger, and it gave him a staph infection, which put him in the hospital. And they were like, "Yeah, we're pretty sure it's because you're allergic to like whatever they use to pierce your skin. It fucked with your body." And what did he do? Like a week after getting out of the hospital, got his eyebrow
Got
pierced
another one.
all over again. Yep. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
"You're that's dumb," but you know what? Teach their own, I guess. Teach their own.
I had a boyfriend in high school that did the same thing. Got his eyebrow pierced. His body rejected it, so pushed it out. Went and did it again. That one stuck though, but like at what cost?
Yeah. I don't think there are other piercings I would never get. I would never get a piercing in general, probably because I just don't like needles. So, but
I would probably do my nose if I were to do another one, but I don't think I would.
it just seems so painful. Like, mm.
Yeah, I'd cry.
I know
But it'd be
like
over before you know it.
there are some kids in my daughter's old daycare that have like piercings at like 2 years old. I'm like I would not like eyebrow, but like ear piercing. Like that's way too young to have a piercing.
Yeah, well, people will get it when they're like babies, and then supposedly they don't mess with it. I can't imagine that. I wasn't that kind of kid, and my kids weren't that kind of kid, but apparently there's babies like that. And like, if that's your baby, good for you.
Yeah, I'm like let
Mine are
per-
feral.
personally, I'd be like let the kid decide when they're old enough, like 12. Let the kid decide if they want one. But like making that decision for them is insane to me.
I wanted one when I wanted my ears pierced when I was 7. My parents said no. I wasn't allowed until I was 13.
Whenever I think of piercings, I always remember that one episode of Arthur where I think DW went to get her ear pierced, and her dad was like, "No," and then she heard a story like where someone got like a infection and their ear turned to like broccoli. As a kid, I was always scared of like of my ear like getting gangrene or whatever. Um, so yeah. So to sum up
Wow.
that whole backstory, fuck you, Trump, and fuck you some more, and fuck you again. Fuck you all over the place. And also, you know what? I don't think you've watched this yet. I don't know how caught up you are on it. The Stranger Things finale. Where are you in
Not
that
caught up at
show?
all, but you go for it. I don't know.
What, do you want me to spoil it for you how it ends?
Absolutely. You go for it.
Okay. So if you haven't
Spoiler
seen,
alert.
spoiler alert right now, if you don't want to hear what happens, then skip forward like 10 minutes, whatever. So in season 4, there's a character, a bad guy named Vecna, and Vecna is killing people from the upside down, so where Will was in season 1. And his goal is to like kill 4 people, 4 kids, which would open the gates to allow him to essentially combine the upside down with the real world. So ends up killing 3, and the 4th person, which is Max. I don't know if Max when you've watched the show, but
Little girl.
Max is the little girl, yeah, redhead.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
She ends up being his 4th victim. He doesn't kill her. She dies for like a second, so technically he does kill her, but she comes back to life, so it doesn't really count, but it does count. And in
That's
season
confusing.
5, 11 has to fight Vecna, and then there's like this big battle, and Elle dies in the end. Well, they leave it open ended. Like Elle could be alive, Elle could be dead. It's like up to you to decide.
Elle's dead.
But
Show's over.
but they beat Vecna, and she dies or doesn't die. It depends on how you want to view the ending. But the internet, TikTok and Instagram, are like so torn. Yeah, people calling it the worst show ending ever. People calling it the greatest thing ever. And like people like me are like, it was good. And I think it was a perfect ending for the show. But was it awful? No. It's just people are nitpicking the small little details they don't like about it and blowing it up. All that to say, fuck you to those people who demand perfection out of every single show they watch, because it's annoying as fuck. For someone like me who just
We're
wants
just
to
trying
watch
to
a show and
enjoy
enjoy it.
things.
Exactly. Let us have it. Like, if you don't like it, fuck off. Don't watch it. So, but
We'll
you
go to
should
the
watch
theater
it.
and watch it.
Yeah, or go to the theater.
I'll catch up someday.
Someday.
Well, I saw that they had a theater showing. I was like, that's pretty cool for people who are watching that right now.
Yeah, it was. It had a bunch of theater showings and yeah, good stuff. Yeah, so fuck you to those people who hate the show ending and who are just Debbie Downers. So this week, this is kind of like a creep corner plus our main episode topic. The other night I was up, doing my usual thing, and I came across some urban, I think they're called urban explorers, or I don't know what the technical name of it. They go to like abandoned places, and, like search the places out for like whatever, just for adventure or whatever. But I came across a whole channel full of like, all these videos, people go into like asylums, like old mines, and like all this shit. And in one of the videos, this dude by himself, mind you, he goes into this. I think it was an old like warehouse factory thing, and runs into 2 crackheads. His word, not mine. Who had been having sex when he like essentially walked in on them. They didn't see him, but he saw them having sex, and then like hid
Okay.
away until they finished their stuff and left. But then he goes back at night, like 1 a.m. So that was during the day. He goes back at 1 a.m. into the building where he saw these druggies getting it on, and goes in there at 1 a.m. and explores the whole factory again. And again, runs into some homeless person who's sleeping in there, and like has a big ass flashlight on his phone, or his camera, blasting the whole room up. And they're like, "Hey, I'm trying to sleep in here, blah blah blah." But like, super dangerous shit and
Yeah.
dumb as fuck. Don't do that.
Wow.
Yeah, there were a
Yeah, we
ton of
used to
those
do that
videos.
as kids, but I've never seen it where there's people there, we would have got the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah, and one, they were in an asylum. It was, thankfully this time it was two people, and they were exploring. And they heard like someone walking around, like dragging something, and they like ran away to like go to the exit. And they were like, "Wait a minute, we should go see where that person is and like find them and like talk to them." And so they go back up the staircase, like where they heard the noise, and like a door that had been shut and like barricaded was now open. And then inside that hallway, there was like a room to the left where it was like the door was ajar, a little bit open. And they were like, "Oh, let's knock on the door." And so the guy like knocks on the door. He's like, "Hello, is anyone here?" And the other guy's like, who's filming it, is like, "Open the door, open it, open it, open it up." I'm like, "What the fuck is wrong with you guys? Like, you don't know who is in that room. Like, is it someone on PCP? Is it like someone who's homeless who wants to be left alone? Is it someone who's like, a killer? I don't know. Like, you don't know who's in that building."
No. Are they having a crisis? Like, what is going
Yeah,
on?
I just don't understand people. Like, but all that to say, I for our creep corner, I found a Reddit thread where they asked urban explorers what's the creepiest "we're not alone" experience you've had. And then I found a short story on Reddit um, about urban exploring and like running into a spooky entity or person or whatever. So I'll read a few of these Reddit comments and then we'll go on to the story that I found. It looked pretty good. This is from user I_booger. "My friends and I were exploring an old abandoned restaurant in this beach town one winter night. We snuck in through a broken window on the shore side to avoid being spotted by any cars driving by. Overall, inside it was your typical abandoned restaurant. It was still really cool to check out. There was a long bar, tables tossed about, etc. We walked downstairs into a wine cellar and started walking through the labyrinth of hallways. The basement was deceptively larger than you would have expected for a beachside restaurant. First of all, don't go in the basement of an abandoned building. Not only could someone be in there, but like what if the floor collapses and you're stuck down there? Like, probably don't have cell phone service at that point. Like, depends on how far down you are. You're fucked. You're fucked. Don't do it.
You're fucked.
Anyway,
I mean, I've done this before.
I have too. But as we're old people now, we're like, hey, learn from our dumb choices.
Yeah.
Don't do this.
Please don't do what we do or did. We're lucky to be here.
Anyway, we wander into this room off one of the hallways and shine our flashlight in the corner, and we see an unmade bed/cot with all the trappings of someone currently living there. A safety razor next to the mirror, random other belongings there as well. Our stomachs immediately dropped as we realized we were currently in someone's living quarters and promptly noped the fuck out of there. To this day, we still don't know if the person was hiding in the basement with us, waiting for us to leave, or if we stumbled on it while they were out and about. Either way, we couldn't shake the feeling of being watched by someone from the shadows of the basement. Don't go to the basement, guys.
Don't go in the basement.
Don't go in the fucking basement.
Mm-mm.
That is dumb. And like, I don't think people were watching it. Like, maybe they were, but like, I would honestly just leave them alone. They're probably just a homeless person, has nowhere else to live, and they're stuck there.
You're already feeling like someone's watching you. Like, where's your survival instincts, man?
Yeah, like you could easily be like murdered. If you feel like someone's watching you and it's dark in there, they could attack you so easily. Yeah. Next one is from user I have two arms. I should be thankful this is my creepiest story. I was at an abandoned medical school in a pretty bad city with my friend. My friend told me homeless people squat there, but only on the first floor. She even said one of her friends had their backpack down and had it stolen by one of them in plain sight. So we avoided it and explored the second floor. We kept hearing random noises like someone loosely following us, so we kept on guard but never saw anything. We were then in this room and heard a louder noise and look over to see a cat just chilling. It was the cat following us all along after we stopped to pet it. We assumed it was a stray and wanted to help it get help. So we agreed that if it followed us out, we'll take it somewhere or to someone who will care for it. It followed us outside, then immediately ran from us, and we were like, "LOL, welp, guess we got a cat now." So I went to see where it went, only to see one of the doors to the bando open and this 6 foot tall guy walk out and yell at me, "Y'all fucking with my cat?" I just about shit myself thinking I was about to get murdered or something. I was like, "Oh, is that your cat? He followed us out here." And he was like, "Yeah, it's my cat, Colonel Mustard. Get over here, cat." And the cat comes running over to him. He introduced himself and we talked for a bit. He was actually a really cool guy, said he lives there and studies psychology and stuff to keep occupied.
Colonel
Not
Mustard?
Colonel Mustard, the cat. That's a really cool name for a cat.
That is a really cool name for a cat. I wasn't
Colonel
expecting it to be
Mustard.
so cool.
Yeah. Once again, though, if you guys if a cat, leave the cat alone. Okay. If it's a situation where someone's probably living there, it's probably their cat. Like, and they're especially they look like they're being fed and they're not like super thin and like ill. Just leave the cat. Let him be. Also, the cat could have rabies. It could have like a disease. You get scratched, and then you're dead.
You're dead.
You're done. You're done, and you're afraid of water, and you die.
That's just how it is.
I feel like for that, I'm gonna get like karma and get scratched and get rabies.
Absolutely.
It's like the most terrifying. It's like the most terrifying way to die too. Like
Hmm.
rabies. I told you how bad it is, right? Like your
I feel like
body.
I Googled it.
Yeah, it's like your body is essentially not really afraid of water, but your body won't keep any fluids down, so it won't let you drink it. So you essentially just die of thirst, but like also the
Yeah.
disease, but like you just get thirsty and thirsty and thirsty, and then you just die. Insane.
Yeah, I feel like I Googled it.
So don't get
Because,
scratched.
yeah. Ugh. And it just happened so easy. You won't even know. You
Yeah,
don't even
you
have to
won't.
know.
Yeah, and by the time you do know, it's too late. Like
Hmm.
you're done for. Um, the last one to read is from username. That's a clever name. Uh, there's an old flour mill on Harbor Island, Seattle. It's been abandoned and locked up for a while. My buddies went through a pretty serious urban X phase near the end of high school, so we were going to all sorts of weird and interesting places in the area, just checking it out. Once we got chased out by cops a few times. We got chased out by cops a few times, which was the usual stuff for us. Anyway, inside this flour mill, we're working our way through some of the regular block areas, and our buddy swears he hears something. We all stop dead in our tracks, lights pointed down, just listening. The amount of noise a dilapidated building makes when you're trying to be quiet is amazing. Constant creaking and wind noises. Then I start to hear it. It was shuffling, with the sound of someone dragging something across the concrete. At this point, I can feel my heart jumping out of my chest, the blood pulsing in my ears and head. I'm hyper aware as I try and pinpoint the sound and associate it with something I knew. By the time we're sure it's not just the wind, we've all heard the noises, but there were like 5 of us there, and we're starting to think it's coming from near the stairs. We slowly, achingly creep our way over broken glass and dirt. When we come up to the stairwell, we shined our lights down and up the adjacent landings for the floor we were on and couldn't see anything. Also, if you hear a sound, don't go after the sound, guys. Like, don't go to the sound. Now, if you hear someone whispering to you, go follow that. Like, if they call your name.
If you hear your name, no. None of it. Don't listen to him. He's on their side. He's luring you in.
If you hear someone saying
Don't
help,
trust Holden.
Go to it.
Leave him. Not your responsibility. Not your pay grade.
My buddy turns around, steps on an old water bottle on the ground, making the loudest crackling a water bottle has ever made in the history of recyclables. One of my other friends, looking back down the factory area we came through, gets startled and yells, "Fuck," at the sound of the water bottle. We immediately heard the most chilling, deep scream. At that instant, we all just put the gas on and ran the fuck out. At the bottom of the stairwells, we ran into 10 homeless people who weren't there before, but we paid them no mind and didn't stop our dead sprint until we got back to our cars. We figured it must have been some homeless person we scared with our creeping around and then suddenly cursed, but we never saw the person or identified the sound, so who knows? Yeah, that's just a person you startled. Like, you just scared somebody with
They scared me.
Your fucking water bottle.
Yeah, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, don't go into abandoned buildings. Don't go into places where homeless people are probably living because it's their home. Yeah, let them be. Let them have their house. So don't go urban exploring unless you want to get killed, because that's very likely what's going to happen.
That's the moral of this story.
The moral of the story is, but if you've gone urban exploring and you want to tell us your story, something creepy happened, something scary happened, DM us on TikTok.
Holden.
Holden. No, not Caulfield. Go DM me on TikTok and we'll schedule a time to have you on the show. Or you can just, send us a voice recording and I'll play it on the show so we can hear your story.
Yeah, it sounds fun.
So on to the next main attraction. The story is titled, "I went urban exploring alone. Somebody locked the exits behind me." And it's from user Pentyworth223. And this is published 4 days ago, has 300 upvotes. I'm writing this in my phone with my left hand because my right one is wrapped in gauze and taped to a splint.
Well, if you're going to start.
Well, maybe he had that before he went into this. Okay, also disclaimer, if you're going to go do this shit, make sure you pack like first aid kits, like flares, like stuff that you might need to, one, defend yourself, and also patch up any kind of
don't do this
injury.
Don't do this solo.
Yeah, don't do it solo, first of all. But if you're going to, if you're really like Stephanie and you're gonna push it all by yourself, make sure you come prepared with shit like food, water, bandages, and first aid shit, and like a weapon, because who knows what the fuck you're going into. Anyways, if you're going to comment, don't trespass, save it. I already learned that part. I learned it with blood on a concrete floor and someone close enough behind me that I could smell cigarettes through my own panic. I'm 17. I live in a town where nothing happens unless it's the kind of nothing that ruins your week. My friends and I watch urban exploring videos where people wander through dead malls and old factories, and it looks quiet, dusty, empty, sad. This was not like that. I went alone because I'm an idiot, and because my friends are all talk. Yeah, bro, I'm down. And then it's, my mom said no, or I have to work. I told myself I'd just go in, take some pictures, and leave before midnight. I told myself I'd be smart. I picked the Hollis Distribution Center because everyone in town knows it. Huge gray warehouse off the service road behind the old strip mall. When I was little, trucks were always coming and going. My dad used to point at it and say, "That's where all your Christmas stuff sits before it gets delivered." It shut down last year. They chained the gates and put up no trespassing
No
signs.
trespassing.
No trespassing.
That's a cool accent you got there.
That's a cool darn accent you got there.
No
You old
trespassing.
feller. I think we need to have you do accents more often because, like, this one and then your Aussie accent you had 2 weeks ago was pretty good. So I think we'll tap you to be
I love accents, but I know how to do accents? No. It just feels offensive.
I will say, like the Australian, the Aussie accent is the most attractive. Like, I don't know what about it. Like, if someone has an Aussie accent, I go weak in the knees. I don't know what it is. British accents.
It's just an accent thing.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
what it is.
There's a person with a British accent around my work, and so whenever I'm making fun of him, I'm just like, man, his accent, what is it not as heavy as it used to be?
Freaking Brits and their beans on toast. Ugh. Fucking disgusting.
I'll just think they're better than us? What?
Yeah, they're fucking better than us. They're baked beans on toast for breakfast? What the fuck is wrong with you? Gross.
That's such a good question.
Yeah, if you're British and you're listening to this and you eat baked beans on toast for breakfast or any meal, I want to know why, because it's disgusting. You know what? It's so disgusting. I'm going to put it on the beef corner right now. We're going back and editing the beef corner. So fuck you, baked beans on toast. Disgusting. Awful. Terrible.
You baked beans on toast. This is how we
Fuck you.
feel.
Any meal, fuck off with that shit.
All day, every day.
All day, every fucking day. Okay, so they chained the gates and put up no trespassing signs that faded in the sun.
Yeah, that's where we were.
People started saying it was empty. Then people started saying kids were going in to tag it. And then people started saying they heard generators at night. The last part should have been my warning. I parked at the back of the strip mall like I was going to the late night movie, even though the theater had been closed for years. I took my backpack, my cheap headlamp, a flashlight, and my phone. I wore gloves because of broken glass, and I felt stupid the whole time, like I was dressing up as someone brave. The service road was cracked and littered with shredded tire pieces. I could see the warehouse over the weeds, a long wall with loading bay doors like sealed mouths. No lights inside, no movement. I found an opening at the far end where the chain link fence had been cut and bent back. Not ripped by a storm, cut clean like someone used tools and did it on purpose. My stomach did that quick dip. The part of my brain that still works said, go home. Then the other part said it's just other explorers. I slipped through and walked along the wall, keeping my light off. The air smelled like wet cardboard and old oil. Somewhere, a loose metal sign clinked softly in the wind. There was a side door, steel, with a push bar. It had a fresh scrape near the handle, shiny where paint had been rubbed off. I pushed. It opened without resistance. Inside My phone didn't fade to no service, it just flipped to SOS and then to nothing, like the building swallowed it. I told myself it was the thick concrete and all the metal. Warehouses are dead zones. I've lost signal in my own school stairwell. Still, the timing made my skin prickle. The silence hit right after, big and flat. The first room was an office area with glass panes and dusty desks. Someone had smashed a window, and the glass had been swept into a neat pile in the corner. Not scattered, not random, a neat pile, like whoever did it didn't want to step on it. There was a smell in there, too. Not mold, something sharper, warmed plastic, and a faint tang like exhaust that didn't belong in the room that was supposed to be cold and dead. I moved deeper, past the office, into the main floor. The warehouse opened up like an airplane hangar. Rows of empty shelving reached into the dark. Conveyor belts ran overhead, frozen in mid motion, their rollers dull with dust. Yellow safety lines were painted on the concrete, worn from years of forklifts. My flashlight caught a sign on a pillar about required PPE in forklift traffic, the kind of sign you don't even see when you're working because it's just there. And then I saw fresh boot prints. Near a side entrance where mud had dried in a streak, there were clear treads, wide heel, recent enough the mud was still darker than the concrete around it. I stopped and listened. Nothing. And then, far off, something clicked. Not the random pop of a settling building, a deliberate click, like a switch. I whispered, "Hello?" Which was the dumbest thing I could have done because it told whoever was in there that I was real and I was alone. Yeah, it doesn't mean you're alone, but it is dumb to announce your presence and also where you are. Because again, who knows who's in there or how many people are in there? No answer. I kept walking, slower, trying to find the obvious people hang out here spot. That's what those videos always show. Spray paint cans, a mattress, beer bottles. I found something worse. Near the center of the building, just under one of the conveyor lines, there was a folding chair facing a blank wall. Just one chair, centered like it was placed for a reason. On the floor in front of it were three chalk marks in a little triangle, like someone had been measuring distance. On the chair was a cheap set of ear protection, the kind you'd wear around loud machinery. My throat tightened. I backed up without thinking, my heel scraping concrete. From somewhere in the dark, a sound answered my scrape. A soft shuffle, one step, and then stillness. I killed my flashlight and froze. Total dark. I listened so hard my ears hurt. Breathing. My own. Too loud. And then I heard it again. Another step. Closer. I turned my flashlight back on and swung it across the aisles, trying to catch movement. Nothing. But the feeling changed. The warehouse didn't feel empty anymore. It felt occupied. Like the air had shifted around the body. I started walking back the way I came, fast, but not trying to run. Running in a warehouse is how you fall into a hole or hit your head and no one finds you. I passed the office again and aimed for the side door. The door was closed. It had been open. I knew that. I could still picture the push bar. But now it was shut, and the thin gap of light under it was gone. I reached for it, pulled, and the door didn't budge. Locked. My hand went numb around the handle. I tugged harder. Nothing. I put my shoulder into it. Metal rang, but still nothing. That was the moment that fear got simple. Not creepy fear, survival fear. Someone is in here with me, and they can lock doors. I turned, scanning the office. There was a security desk near the hallway that led deeper into the building. On the desk was a clipboard with a paper that said visitor log at the top. It looked old, but the pen beside it didn't. The pen was clean, like it had been placed that day. I don't know why I did it. My hands were shaking, and I wanted them to do something that wasn't yanking on a locked door. I wrote my first name on the log, just Eli, and the time. I didn't even think. I wrote it like a joke, like I could laugh later about signing into a dead building. The ink looked too dark on the page, too fresh. I regretted it immediately. I went down the hallway instead, trying to find another exit. At the end of the hall was a stairwell with a door, and I pushed it open. Cold air hit my face. The stairwell smelled like wet cement and rust. Metal stairs went up to a second level, probably a maintenance mezzanine. I stepped inside and pulled the door shut behind me. Okay.
Yeah, let's go up to
Why'd
the
you,
second floor.
why did you close the door? This kid, you're stupid. Okay, don't be like this kid, guys. Seriously.
Mm-hmm.
I stepped inside and pulled the door shut behind me. The latch clicked, and then behind it, I heard a soft tap. Knuckle on metal. Once, and then again, slow. Tap, tap. Not banging, not trying to break in, just let me know they were there. I backed up a step onto the stairs. Tap, tap. The tapping stopped. A few seconds of nothing, and then I heard the latch move on the other side. A quiet, sliding door. The door handle turned. It didn't open, but it turned like somebody was testing it. Then, very softly, a voice from the other side said, "You lost?" It wasn't a monster voice. It wasn't a whispery ghost voice. It was a normal adult voice, calm and almost bored. That terrified me more than anything. I didn't answer. The voice sighed like I was inconveniencing them. "Wrong place to be," it said. "Come on, let's get you out." The words sounded helpful, but the tone didn't. I backed up another step. My shoes scraped metal. Silence. I started up the stairs, faster now. The metal clanged under my feet. I hated every sound I made, but I couldn't stop. Halfway up, the stairwell light came on. Not full bright, a flicker, then steady industrial glow. The kind you get when power comes to a place that's supposed to be dead. I froze, staring up at the fixture. Dust drifted through the light like slow snow. Below me, the stairwell door clicked open. I didn't look back. I ran up the rest of the stairs and pulled myself onto the upper landing. The upper level was a long catwalk running along the inside wall of the warehouse. Braided metal floor, safety rail. From up there, I could see almost everything below. Shelving rows, conveyor belts, the chair. And now I could see the generator. A small, portable generator sat tucked behind a stack of pallets near the far wall. The little fuel cap glinted in my beam. A heavy extension cord ran from it into a junction box. Someone had taped a label on the box with a strip of white tape and black marker. It said lights/PA. My stomach dropped again. Whoever was in here didn't just sneak in. They set up the power on purpose. They planned to turn the building on when they want it. I heard footsteps on the stairs behind me, slow and patient. Like the person wasn't worried about catching me because they already knew where I could and couldn't go. I moved along the catwalk, flashlight sweeping from her way down. There was a ladder in the distance and a second stairwell on the far side. I chose the ladder because it was closer. My hands shook as I ran. The grate under my shoes made a hollow clatter. The warehouse threw the sound back at me. The footsteps behind me stayed steady, not sprinting, just following. I reached the ladder and started down. It was bolted to the wall and dropped to the floor near a row of shelving. I was halfway down when something hit the catwalk above me. A heavy thud, like a boot, kicked the metal. The ladder vibrated and my hand slipped. I climbed faster, my glove caught on the sharp edge and tore. My bare palm scraped metal and pain flared. I drapped. The draps. My God, my accent's coming out.
Drapped.
I drapped. I dropped the last few feet instead of climbing properly. My feet hit concrete hard. I stumbled forward, catching myself by slamming my shoulder into a shelf upright. Above me on the catwalk, a figure leaned on the rail and watched. I only saw them for a second in my flashlight beam. Adult, dark jacket, a headlamp on their forehead, but it was off. Face kept in the shadow. They didn't yell. They didn't threaten me. They raised one hand, slow, and pointed toward the aisle in front of me like they were directing traffic. I ran. I wove between shelves, trying to use the rows like cover. I kept expecting them to jump down and chase me, but the footsteps stayed above for a bit, tracking, and then stopped. I couldn't tell if it was good or worse. I found a side exit near one of the loading bays. It had a panic bar and a chain looped through the handles from the inside. Not a normal chain, a thick one, like someone brought from home. The padlock looked new, shiny, almost proud of itself. I yanked the door anyway, and the chain held. I turned and looked for another way out. That's when the lights cut out. Not gradually, just off. Darkness snapped back in. My flashlight was still on, but the warehouse swallowed the beam. Everything beyond a few yards was black. Then the PA system crackled overhead. A speaker popped and hissed, and then a voice came through, slightly distorted. A recording at first. Hello? Pause. Then it said, Eli. My knees went watery. And then, the name again, clear. Eli. I felt my stomach turn because I knew exactly how it happened. I could see the clipboard, the pen, my own handwriting. The calm voice returned, live this time. I told you, it's the wrong place. Now you're making noise. People hear noise. I spun in a slow circle, trying to see where the voice came from. It could have been anywhere. My flashlight beam caught something hanging from the shelf upright. A strip of a strip of reflective tape, bright orange. Then another on the next upright, and the next. A path. A line of orange markers spaced just far enough apart to pull your eyes along the aisle. The voice in the PA said, Follow the tape, you'll get out. It sounded like a test. It sounded like a trap. I did not follow the tape. I turned and ran in the opposite direction. That decision probably saved my life, but it also got me hurt. I sprinted down an aisle, cut left, then right, trying to head back towards the office windows. I figured even if the door was locked, I could break glass and crawl out. I didn't care about trespassing charges anymore. I cared about daylight and people. My flashlight beam bounced. Shadows jumped. Shelf columns turned into bodies for a split second and then to steel again. And then my foot caught something low across the floor. I didn't see it until it hit my shin. It wasn't a wire, it was a strap, like a ratchet strap laid across the aisle at ankle height, pulled tight. My legs went out from under me. I hit the concrete hard, shoulder first, then my face. My teeth clacked together so hard I thought one cracked. My flashlight, my flashlight flew and spun, painting circles across the shelves. Before I could scramble up, something heavy landed on my backpack and pinned it. Not a boot on my spine, not a knee on my neck, just enough weight to trap me in place. I buckled and twisted, trying to get free. That's when my right hand slid across something sharp. Pain ripped through my palm. Real, hot pain. Glass. Someone had scattered broken glass right where you catch yourself. I jerked my hand back and saw blood immediately, bright in the flashlight beam. I tried to close my fingers. They didn't listen right away. Above me, the calm voice spoke, not through the PA this time, right behind my head. You really should have followed the tape. I couldn't see him. My face was pressed to the floor. The flashlight was angled wrong. I could only see his shadow stretching across the concrete. He didn't sound excited. He sounded mildly annoyed, like I made his night harder. I kicked backward. My heel hit something, maybe his shin, because the weight of my backpack shifted. That tiny shift was all I needed. I yanked my arm free of the straps, crawled out of my backpack like I was shedding it, grabbed my flashlight, and ran one handed. Blood ran down my wrist into my glove. My hand throbbed in time with my heartbeat. The PA system cracked again, and the live voice said, "Now you're bleeding in my building." Like I owed him an apology. I ran towards the office area, following memory, not tape. I could taste metal in my mouth. My ankle burned from the fall, but I couldn't slow down. I shoved through the office and saw glass panes. I raised my flashlight like a hammer and swung. The glass spiderwebbed but didn't fall. Safety glass. Of course it was safety glass. Footsteps hit the office threshold behind me. Closer now. I grabbed a chair and swung it into the glass again. This time it shattered outward in big, thick chunks. The noise was insane in the small space. Cold air rushed in. I climbed up using my left hand and shoved my injured right through anyway because there was no other option. The broken edge tore my sleeve. I dropped outside, landing wrong. My ankle rolled and pain shot up my leg. I almost went down again. Behind me, the window popped as someone climbed through. I ran anyway. I limped run toward the bent fence opening, one hand clamped over my palm, leaving wet prints on my forearm. Behind me, the voice called out, almost casually, "Eli." Not yelling, not panicking, calling like you call a dog that slipped its leash. I got through the fence, scraping my back on the chain link. I didn't care. I hit the service road and stumbled toward the strip mall lights. My car was a dark shape at the far end. I fumbled the keys with my left hand and nearly dropped them twice. I got inside and locked the door so fast my fingers cramped. For a second, I just sat there, panting, staring at the warehouse in the distance. Nothing moved. No flashlight beam chased me across the road. It was like the building swallowed him again. I drove straight to the hospital, didn't stop, didn't call my friends, didn't call my mom until I was sitting under fluorescent lights with a paper wristband on and a nurse telling me not to look. The waiting room smelled like coffee and antiseptic. A kid across from me had an ice pack pressed to his forehead and was trying not to cry. The TV was on a news channel with the volume down. Every few minutes, a triage door opened, and that same bright smell of disinfectant rolled out. They cleaned my hand. The cut was deep enough. They asked me to try to curl my fingers, and looked at each other. My ring finger didn't move right away. They numbed it and stitched it anyway. The numbing shot burned like fire for 2 seconds, and then my palm felt huge and distant, like it belonged to someone else. They wrapped it tight and put my hand in a splint. They x rayed my ankle, nothing broken, but bad enough they wrapped it and handed me crutches. While I sat there, still shaking, my phone buzzed. A message request on an app I barely use anymore. No profile picture, no name, just one line. You forgot something. That was it. No details, no proof, no photo. It should have been nothing. It made me feel sick anyway. The police took a report. My mom was furious in the way uh, people get when they're scared, but they don't know what else to do. The officer asked if I saw his face. I hadn't. I told them about the generator, the orange tape, the strap, the PA system, and the chain doors. I told them I signed the visitor log like an idiot. The officer wrote it down and looked at me like he wanted it. He wanted. The officer wrote it down and looked at me like he wanted it to fit into a neat box. Trespasser, squatter, scrapper. But those words don't explain the tape path. They don't explain the labeled junction box. They don't explain the way he spoke to me like it was routine. 2 days later, my friend drove past the warehouse in daylight just to see if anything looked different. He sent pictures. The cut fence had been fixed, not patched, replaced. New chain link, new ties, straight as a ruler. The side door I used was painted over, fresh gray paint, like someone cared about the place suddenly. The no trespassing signs were new, crisp with a phone number for a property management company. There was also a new camera bubble mounted above the corner of the office wing, like the kind you see outside grocery stores. Maybe it was always there, I never noticed it. Maybe it wasn't. My friend called the number out of curiosity. It went to a voicemail box that wasn't set up. Maybe it was just a guy who didn't want kids in his building. Maybe it was someone running something illegal and I got too close. I can live with that explanation, even if it makes my stomach turn. What I can't stop thinking about is how fast it all tightened around me. I handed over my name because I wanted to pretend I wasn't scared, and he used it like a leash. So if you're a kid like me and you see an abandoned building and you think it's just a place to take pictures, listen. If the glass is swept, if the door's locked from the inside, if the lights come on and you don't touch a thing, leave. And if someone offers to help you out in a voice that's too calm, do not answer. Get out before they learn anything they can repeat back to you.
Okay, this is a tough one for me because what if this was like a security guard, or what if like this is a legit person here? And they're like they actually were trying to help them out, but like this guy just kept choosing to do something else, so they were like thinking on their toes. How do
Yeah,
we scare this kid to going the other way, since obviously he's not going to just listen?
yeah. I'm torn because yeah, it could have been like somebody nefarious means, but um, it sounded like they were being nice and weren't threatening.
Yeah, they
Like
just didn't like their tone. Like, I'm sorry you didn't like my tone. I was trying to not sound like an asshole when I was like, you lost.
you fucking lost,
Do you
motherfucker.
want some help out? Oh no, you're gonna go upstairs, you dimwit? So maybe it wasn't just that you were locked in, maybe it was that you were trespassing and this person was actually trying to get you the fuck out of their place.
Yeah, it could also have been a homeless person who was who set up the generator because contrary to what this person says that that's a sketchy thing. That's something that it sounds like someone who is squatting there would do is hook up a generator and then make sure they can see.
Right? Oh. It just seems there are other possibilities.
I am curious. He said that he forgot something. Like, what did he forget? Like, what did he leave there? That I'm
Honestly,
guessing a
probably just his
wallet.
name.
Yeah.
No, I feel like he'd figure that out. Like, oh, it turns out I left this. But he's like, it didn't confirm what it was.
Now, how did this person find them? Is the question. Like on when they message them, like how did they find them?
Well, they left their name.
Yeah, but like just Eli, like that's
I
a
know, but okay, think about it. Him and his friends do this like going into urban places. I think you just have to look locally who's in these urban place kind of things. What's the small group? Look for Eli. Boom, boom, boom. Like,
that's
don't
true. That's
unleash the
fair.
inner detective in me or anything, but that doesn't sound that hard.
That that is
Out of
fair.
curiosity, I could probably figure that out.
That is I have you seen this TikTok channels where they have like someone who like one is I feel like it's his name is Jose Monkey or something where he like people comment like find me and they figure out where the person lives, like their address based on like, you know, social media posts, like their TikTok channel, like what they can find through like Google searches.
No.
Yeah. It's
No, but I've
impressive.
heard of that stuff, and that's so scary.
Yeah.
It's just
Although
too easy.
although I found a there was one reel I saw on Instagram where this guy is married to a black woman. Someone commented on this video saying that he was an N-word lover. And so he like found out where that person worked, like where they were like the military or whatever. And like his wife was ex-military, so she called like that guy's, commanding officer or whatever, got the guy in trouble. I'm like,
I
fuck
saw
that
something
guy.
like that where somebody said something racist online, and a woman went to his work and was like, I know you didn't expect this, but you commented, and I just want you to know, like, it makes an impact, and people can't find you. And like, she made him like sign a statement against what he said. It's pretty impressive, but also, it's just a little eerie how easy it is.
It's terrifying. Like I I my TikTok is the only social media I have that's public, and I don't like put anything. I don't think looking at my videos anyone could find out where I live, even like the state, based on like what content I posted. Um,
Hmm.
because I don't really show the outside, except for that one where my neighbor left the recycling bin out because they didn't want it for like weeks. I
Oh
think that was the
yeah,
video that you originally kickstarted, like you follow me.
probably. Actually, that sounds familiar.
Yeah. And like the
I
day
had
after you
to know
commented.
what
Yeah.
was going to happen next.
And literally the day after you commented, they brought the trash can in. So I was like, wow, what an anticlimactic fucking
Wow,
situation.
that is crazy. That is how it happened. That neighbor started this all.
Yeah. The neighbor started everything. Thank you, neighbor.
Yeah, won't you be my neighbor?
Won't you be my neighbor? Uh yeah, so
Like
the
my damn it
moral
doll.
what is that?
It's my damn it doll.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Okay, what
Have you heard of a damn it doll?
I have not.
No, it says damn it doll. Whenever things don't go so well and you want to hit the wall and yell, here's a little damn it doll that you can't do without. Just grasp it firmly by the legs and find a place to slam it. And as you whack the stuffing out, yell, damn it, damn it, damn it. Okay.
That's kind of a little creepy. What is it?
I love him. I think he's so cute.
Where'd you get it?
So bleh. My sister gave it to me for Christmas. She said, I saw this and I
Oh.
thought of you. And I love him. And I beat the shit out of him all the time.
I love it. Damn it, doll.
Damn
Here you
it,
go.
damn it, damn it. Yeah, I keep him in my cubicle. I took him to the bar. We live our best lives.
He gets a lot of work, I'm sure. A lot of
Yeah. I've only had him
beatdowns.
like a week.
So, the moral of today's episode. Number 1, don't be racist because people will find you. But also, more importantly, don't be racist because being racist is awful and it's fucked up.
Yeah.
And you're a bad person.
Be racist. Fucking
Are you
damn it.
Are you writing that down?
I wrote down moral of the day.
Moral of the day, don't be racist. Number 2, don't go exploring these like abandoned hospitals by yourself. That's just dumb.
Don't explore. Deal.
Number 3 and the final one is whenever you hear someone calling your name, immediately turn around and go to them. I should have talked slower because then you would have written out the whole thing. Damn it.
No.
All right,
hit
the.
I'm just gonna wait for the third one. Fuck you, Subway.
I thought you were gonna say "fuck you, Holden."
Fuck you, Subway.
Fuck you, Subway. Yeah, fuck you, Subway. Okay, Subway. If you want to sponsor us, you can. But I'm still gonna say "fuck you, Subway." And that'll give you some good.
I could change my mind for some Vicky's jalapeno chips.
No, I could never. You can never change my mind. I'm sorry, Subway. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
I could change my mind with a lifetime supply of chips and cookies. So chips and chocolate chips.
But from Subway though, you can get chips.
Yeah,
and...
I could be bought 100%. Subway, bring it.
Okay,
I won't get the bread until you prove it to me it's real. But
see, the bread is not what bothers me. It's the lunch meat. It's just like, ugh.
Yeah, I guess I haven't had like a Subway sandwich in so long, but when I did, I felt like it was purely like veggie sandwiches. I loved a Veggie Delight. But yeah, I'm just not a Subway person.
Jersey Mike's.
There's so many better places. Jersey Mike's, yeah, there's so many like small local places that are so good, and like the bread is so good. I don't know, you could really sell it with the bread.
Well, thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you all next week.
Bye.